qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un Dieu. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un Dieu. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un Dieu. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux, des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Today is 14th of February. I send you love, greetings to the beautiful people of the Cameroon, the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon, and the beautiful people of British Cameroon. Ladies and gentlemen, today I've come to talk about your right of freedom, political opinion, and association. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisingen, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. The right of freedom of political opinion and association is sacrosanct. At no time in your lifetime, somebody should say, oh, wait first. Wait, keep your political opinion aside. Let's fix A, B, and C, then you will have it back. Oh, please, don't exercise your right of association. Wait, when we come together, we do this before we'll give you that right back. No, my brothers and sisters, that is the mistake we have been making in the Cameroons. Everyone have the right to freedom of opinion, expression, and association, no matter what. It is in Article 65 of La République du Cameroun, their constitution. It is part of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It's in their constitution, the preamble of the Constitution of La République du Cameroun is part and parcel of the Constitution. So, insofar as the government of La République have not been able to facilitate or to assist the citizens to understand this is their right, because they keep on torturing people, imprisoning people because of their political opinion and their right of association. The Constitution said nobody have a right to forbid it. Unfortunately, the government of La République du Cameroun, they don't seem to understand this right. And part of being in government is to govern. If you don't know the laws of your country, you cannot govern. As if this is not enough, those who are criticizing the government and they want change, they too, they don't seem to understand this right or savvy the right of freedom of expression, freedom of association with who you want. Even in time of war, these rights are sacrosanct. You cannot say we have war now. Let's stop your right of freedom of expression or association. You can't say that. That's why there are rules of law. In time of war, it's about the belligerent, those who are fighting each other. It doesn't concern civilians. The most frustrating thing in the Cameroons is that you see people, some of them, who says They are fighting for their Anglo-Saxon culture. They will call you blackleg, enabler, La République agent. They don't even know you. These are people you have never seen in your life. They say they are fighting for Anglo-Saxon culture. They don't even know what Anglo-Saxon culture. Because, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we mistake our custom and tradition to be Anglo-Saxon culture. When you are intolerant, you kidnap for ransom, you remove people from prison to kill their own people, you select, you segregate. This one doesn't come from my tribe, you kill them, you kidnap. That's not Anglo-Saxon culture. For more than 35 years, I've seen people who criticize the regime. They are not better off than the regime. Because, ladies and gentlemen, people who don't want you to exercise your right of freedom of opinion, expression, and association, do you think when they are in power, when they will have guns, they will give you that power to talk? Ladies and gentlemen, they will. The most important thing in your lifetime when you have a career is your CV. If your CV is not good, whatever you want to do, I'm sure if you're looking for a job, they won't give you that job. So you cannot erase your intolerance and come after and try to renew yourself and say, I'm different. No, we have to look. Are you somebody who is tolerant? British Cameroon National Party, we have values. And our values are what? Individual liberty, mutual respect for one another, tolerance, the rule of law, and democracy. So if you're intolerant, you come and say, Maître Mola Alex Ndivelisinghe, let's come together, let's join together. I don't join with people who don't respect individual liberty, mutual respect, the rule of law, or democracy. You need a value. A man who doesn't stand for something will fall at anything. Yes, if you don't stand for anything, you will fall at anything. That's why when you see people today, most of them who are criticizing the Biya regime, you look at them, they used to be CNU. They used to be CPDM. They used to be SDF. Today, some of them, they call themselves Amber because they don't stand for anything. They don't have conviction. If you don't have conviction, you might be swayed or manipulated anyhow. If you don't have integrity, you don't have a political opinion, you'll be jumping from one political party or one association to another. In 1984, when Fongodi Tinka talked about Ambazonia, nobody supported him. But today people talk, I'm Amber. But however, people say people have the right to change their opinion. But however, insofar as you have a right to change your opinion, I have a right to look at those people who have jumped from CNU, CPTM, SDF, even to Amber, from one thing to another. I have a right to question your ability, your judgment, if you're fit to lead. Because if you have that judgment, that ability, that you can see more than 35 years ago, that CNU, rebranded CNU, is not good enough. It means you have that ability and judgment to lead. If you have that power to see that SDF, they were ex-CPDM, CNU militants who are going to take us to nowhere, then you have that ability to judge and to lead. Because a monster, some of you say the CPDM government, Mr. Biya is a monster, he's a dictator. Mr. Biya alone did not construct that Frankenstein monster. Those of you, you call yourself youth, you put on that CPDM clothes. You are the one creating the monster. Most people always follow the crowd. Oh, CNU is popular now. Small no be sick Cameroon now country. All of them, they follow Mona, Fonka, Shang, all of them. When it fails, something comes again now. Multipartism. Oh, SDF come, suffer, don't finish. Then they take all this, their intolerance. They start killing people in the early 90s. That's the intolerance. Darkness cannot replace darkness. You need to have conviction. What do you believe in? You need to respect other people. Your right to swing your fist ends where another person's nose begins. Which means, if you want to change that CPDM, you have to do better than them. If you do the same thing that CPDM is doing, torturing people, intolerance, lack of mutual respect, so you are not different. Why do you want to change? They chop people the money. We of British Cameroon National Party, we believe we are different. We are the light. They are the darkness. CPDM is darkness. So the light is coming to give the people back individual liberty, mutual respect, tolerance, the rule of law, and democracy. It's not as if we just came after 2 or 3 days, 1 year ago. We have been talking, fighting for this liberty for more than 35 years. People will disappear after the last presidential election, 2018. They will disappear. They don't meet the people. They don't talk about policies or alternative to the government. Then when they announce political, presidential election rather, everybody appear. I want to be candidate. Where were you in the last 7 years? What were you doing? When lawyers and teachers and students were beaten in Boya University, what did you do? So that's us, ladies and gentlemen. In British Cameroon National Party, we don't follow the crowd. We can have just 12 apostles. Our 12 apostles will speak to the voters. That's what counts. That is what matters. You need conviction. You need personal integrity. And that personal integrity is not only in 2025. Come and tell us, what have you been doing? The Anglophone problem has been going for years upon years. Since 1961. 1972, they changed the constitution. What did you do? What? 1984, Biya single-handedly changed the constitution to La République du Cameroun. What did you do? You don't just come at 2025 and meet people who have been fighting for 35 years to bring changes, which we have small catchy monkey. It was because of people like myself that we have multipartism. It was because of people like myself that we have GCE, but it was because of people like myself that you have Boya University. It was because of people like myself that you have the fake special status and the so-called decentralization. That is my CV. If people who are in opposition, like myself, they can force the government to bring changes, then imagine us being in power, using taxpayers' money. I presume we'll do better. British Cameroon National Party can take 1 year and do what Mr. Biya and co. they haven't done for 42 years. 1 year. People will say, how? We have that political opinion. We know what to do. We know why we cannot develop. It's not just because of Mr. Biya. We know. We have economic policies which can change things in the Cameroons. As things stand in the Cameroons, CDC, you only have to export all that product. From rule day number 1, we change the constitution of CDC. No longer exporting the products to the colonial masters abroad in the West. We are going to manufacture those things in the Cameroons. What will happen? It will create a lot of jobs. The young people will have jobs because we only export. We don't manufacture. That's why we don't have a strong private sector. Educational policy will make sure that university is autonomous. We have experts who understand the various fields. They should design your syllabus in university, not La République du Cameroon intervening in our education to teach us Napoleon Bonaparte, well-affairs Hitler, Ronald Reagan, which doesn't help us. So education will be autonomous. People like myself, I'll be free to come to universities, an open place, talk to students and say things, teach them the real history. Stop the lies about reunification when it was a Portuguese slave sugar plantation. Education will be autonomous. Apolitical, government will not be involved directly in our educational system. It's our political opinion. Health in British Cameroon. Our hospital, they used to be free. You used to go to hospital in Boya, in Limbe, you will not pay a dime. It was free. We are going to make it free. We cannot see our people to be suffering. Justice system. The two countries will make a choice. La République du Cameroon is free to have their military tribunal. British Cameroon is free to have their liberal system. English system, which is liberal and fairer, that private individual, the jury, the judge people. No waiting trial for 5 years, 10 years. The police, they will have a duty to charge you immediately or they release you. That's our justice policy. Transport. Britain, the first underground station in the United Kingdom, is older than 167 years. Underground, you dig, there was no technology. And today, we are suffering. We cannot construct a motorway in the Cameroons. That will change. Women's rights, nobody talks about that. There is a lot of violence against women in the Cameroons. Our women, they need to be free from violence. They need to be equal opportunity for women, because if our women are vulnerable, they will place themselves into prostitution. That's what we should stop it. To make sure women are free from violence and there is equal opportunity. The Cameroons, they discriminate a lot against women. You see people who are more qualified, like Madame Dorothy Njoma, who would have been a prime minister in the Cameroons more than some of those men. But she is not there because she is a woman who is more competent than most of those men they call themselves prime minister in the Cameroons. Mrs. Njoma is even more qualified than President Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon to head a country. We'll stop this type of discrimination against women. We need to talk again too about taxation. All these things they call in the Cameroons FECOM. They will collect all the money in the local council, then they redistribute it. Why? The councils, they should have a right to raise their own taxes, their own council tax. They don't need to send it to anybody. All we need is accountability. Ladies and gentlemen, we need opposition inside opposition. Because everybody keep on saying, let's come together, let opposition they unite. Ladies and gentlemen, what do the opposition for since the reintroduction of multipartyism in the Cameroon? What do they want to unite on? Politics of personality call. What? Let them come and show me their CV. I, Maître Mola Alain Ndivelisinghe, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, I started opposing the government of La République du Cameroon when there was still one-party system. There was still one-party system when I started scrutinizing the government and holding them to account. And all these so-called opposition, from the SDF, from the Bello Buba, they were part of CNU when I started opposing the government. So some of us, we started opposing the government of La République du Cameroon before multi-parties. That's what we have been doing. That's the changes that we have been doing. And that's why we recognize that there should be opposition in opposition. Because why? In 1961 to 1966, when Aijo banned all political parties and said everybody should be CNU, there was no opposition among opposition. So everybody joined CNU. Aijo laid the foundation to annex the Anglophones. That's what happened. You cannot allow all opposition to come in coalition. In 1992, there was Coalition for Change, and John Funde was head of that coalition. What happened after that? SDF have been doing what? SDF have been in bed with the CPDM. So all those things doesn't matter. You, if you have a good manifesto, good policy, you don't need to take 300 opposition political leaders and bring them together, because one opposition political leader, you have one vote. Most opposition political, they don't even have followers. Voters will not vote for them. We know what is on the ground. We know what the people want. And if we put us in the same platform, we debate, then people will choose who they want. Most opposition political party, they want, it should be me. If you want that it should be you, let's sit on the same platform and have this debate about policies. What are you going to do with CEMAC, which is being controlled by France? France CFA, our economic control by France, interest rate by France, monetary policy by France. What are you going to do? We call on equal status, not federalism, because federalism will just transfer powers to either the region or whatever they call it, and it will not solve the Anglophone problem. The Anglophone problem is about recognition of that country that joined La République, and we use our two separate institutions, have separate parliament to solve our educational, health, and other problems, judicial problem. We don't need to be centralized. Decentralization, federalism should go to the ethnicity. We are going to abolish the regions, and we'll make sure that all the ethnicities rather in the Cameroons are what? Autonomous, decentralized. Give them federalism, all the ethnicity, not the two countries. The new two countries need to be recognized and have equal status. Ladies and gentlemen, this party political broadcast was to enlighten people. Stop calling people blackleg, enabler, La République agent if they don't belong to your group. When most of you joined the CNU CPDM, we never call you blackleg. When you were in SDF, we were killing people who were not accepting to be part of SDF. We were not calling you blackleg. Respect everybody's opinion. You don't need to like somebody's opinion. If you don't like it, it's a political opinion. Join with the people that share opinion with you. If you ask people, some people, when they kill people, kidnap people for ransom, they say, oh, La République government killed too. Darkness cannot replace darkness. British Cameroon National Party is the light that wants individual liberty, mutual respect, tolerance, rule of law, and democracy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must learn and understand that political opinion, we don't live in communal. The reason you have political parties in the world is that people who have similar or the same political opinion should come together. So you cannot unite the whole Anglophone or the whole La République to come together. If you go and unite your family first before you come and ask the whole country to unite behind you, put your policy before, like British Cameroon National Party. Let the people choose. If they want you, they will vote for you. If they don't want you, they won't vote for you. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. It is very important. If you don't respect political opinion now, you will never respect it in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lee Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a great day and a good week.
Tout Joseph, professeur à Los Angeles, comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans directeur de tam. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles, vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis, vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les papiers, les attrapés. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les papiers, les attrapés. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là? C'est toi qui les avais nommés, papa. Tu as oublié, tu as seulement oublié. C'est toi qui les avais nommés.